to you, John Tectone Robertson.
Did bro seriously think he just cooked? Whoever said, when it rains, it pours, sure wasn't kidding. Now, we have a bit of a situation because I wasn't around during the Two Who episode. I know there was an episode, but I wasn't around because I was otherwise busy with life knocking me the hell down. All right, that's where I was. Right, so it seems like we have a new God, man. I think the Gods are getting. There's a lot of Gods right now, and so I do want to talk about this personally. I was like 2 minutes in, or like I think I was more like a YouTube remembers where you were, and I was like, wait a minute, I kind of want to talk about this because this is a little crazy in my opinion because considering what we know so far, we don't have like it's not completely over. And Tectone is not a criminal. And the fact that the court didn't find you a criminal means that the evidence at hand weren't enough. There's smoke. It smells over here, but we can't find traces of feces. But it still smells though. So you know what? Here's what we're gonna do. I think you farted. Here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna stay away from her. We don't want to hear shit about this again. All right, we're tired of y'all. You just don't own guns. We never know if something happens to her. We're gonna think it's you. Just make sure you don't own guns. Throw them bitches away, all right? Stay the hell away from her. You, ma'am, we're sorry for what happened to you, but live your life. All good? Hey, before you go, we're not asking you to pay for damages. Just pay her lawyer fees, all right? She went through all this shit. She didn't get the full justice. Let's just make sure she didn't take a full L when it comes to finances, when it comes to her going after, quote unquote, allegedly harmed her. All right, are y'all good? Y'all good now? I think this is basically what happened in a nutshell. If I could just simplify it for people, this is basically what happened. Because here's the thing. If what is being alleged was true, SA punishment in Texas, right in the heart of Texas, is actually from 2 up to 20 years of imprisonment and a maximum fine of 10K. I don't know about you, but I didn't hear anything about imprisonment. And if we go to good old Baldy himself, guys, real quick, let me correct some shit that is being said about me. I wasn't convicted of a crime because if he did, this is where his ass will be, and that's an entirely different story. All right, but that's not the case. That's not what's happening right now. And the reason why this is not happening right now is because obviously there's not enough evidence. And when it comes to cases like this, it is very hard to just dismiss as nothing because unfortunately, when it comes to, if we step outside of just these two, typically the woman has a hard time proving that the man did. Like true victims and real victims of this have a hard time proving this. It's like a he said, she said type of situation. But from what I know, because some people are alleging to things being known behind the scenes, I'll allege to one thing because I know a lot about this too. I'll drop something for y'all. All right. I'll drop one thing for y'all. There was proof. And the reason why he wasn't convicted of a crime, I'm pretty sure, is because there was proof. But the court still were like, you know what? Fuck. Look, we're tired of this shit. Just pay her shit and leave her the fuck alone, man. All right, you know what? Can we do that? I just go away. But you're not a criminal, though. If we go here, this is the court document we have right now, is that the court finds there are reasonable grounds that to believe the respondent committed one or more of the following offenses against the applicant. SA and stalking. Stalking is weird to me. That came out of nowhere. What? Stalking? Really? I don't know. Stalking I've never heard of. SA I did hear. Like Mujan says here, he's known as far back as Q4 2024, which I did too. The reason why I'm not talking about it too much because it's not my place to do so. Even Mujan said so himself. And right now I'm still waiting for more evidence before removing myself from the neutral place I am right now, because the reason why I'm in this neutral place, for any of y'all don't know that why I'm not in either side right now, is because I'm between a rock and a hard place. She says this. I really feel for her. I really do. I had a lengthy conversation with Pink. I really feel for her. But on the other hand, I feel for my friend as well, because what if this is not true? And there's a lot of cases like that, but like we see that, like a lot of, especially for popular and successful guys, this happens a lot. It's like, which one is it? And we don't have tangible proof. Which one is it? I don't know. I think what a lot of people did, which is just go about their life. And around Q4 2024 is where I had to relocate to a new country, and I was out on the streets. Yeah, I was kind of a little too debuffed my damn self to really focus on this nor think about this a lot. So yeah, I just let it be gone, and I just lived my life. I just pretended like I just didn't know anything and just went about it until it finally is here. And because it is here, people are using this opportunity to step on someone that's down and taking the blows. So if we continue just real quick of what good old Tekimeki said here, he said, I wasn't involved in a criminal proceeding. No, I'm not going to jail or facing any criminal punishment. Guys, this was a civil hearing with a significantly lower standard of proof than a criminal proceeding. Give me a bit. I'm going to finish a couple more things up and we'll talk after. Appreciate y'all. And here's the thing. From what I know, yes, there's a lot of stuff you guys don't know. A lot of things that haven't come out. There's more stuff. There's more stuff to this. I think also Mujin did say and hint that there's more to this document, but they go about kind of private stuff, which I think we already know. I think we already know. Like Pink kind of went a bit on detail on what actually went down. So yeah. Anyway, so like I hope now you know exactly where I land. I think this is where most of us land. We're all in this weird limbo place where we don't know where to go when it comes to this particular topic. So for now, we still have to wait for everything. Once we have everything on hand, only then will we give like a final answer of where we lean towards the most. Until then, hey, I'm floating in space. I'm not orbiting anything yet. I'm just floating in space. I think that's where most of us are right now. I'm giving the benefit of the doubt for both sides is where I am right now. Hopefully now you know that where I land is basically in the middle until everything is clear. I would invite you to do the same, by the way, because I feel like you're probably being emotional if you're already jumping the gun. Be rational, rationally speaking, realistically speaking. We are still missing pieces of the puzzle. There's a picture being painted. I agree with that, but we still don't have the full picture as of yet. Until that happens, don't be too emotional. Some of you guys have a grudge against the guy. Sure, whatever, but be rational. Don't fall prey to your negative emotions. And you can let them have their fun if the proof is with you and enforces your hatred towards the guy and like the truth is on your side. More power to you. But until that happens, keep an open mind and let's get into what the god of Gacha, right? The god of Gacha has to say about this because I don't know, man. I don't know. I kind of missed the Two Who episode. I wasn't really around the Two Who episode, and I don't know much about this, but I do know Two Who's attitude could definitely be improved, to say the least. I don't think he acts properly. I think his the way he goes about presenting himself is a little. I don't know about that. Anyway.
Oh, you already know what's about to go down here. So, dudes, it's your boy Tuhu. In case you didn't see this make the rounds on Twitter, Tectone lost the court case last.
Why does he act like this? It's your boy Tuhu. So who still does that? I don't know. It's like why are you trying to act? I feel like the Tuhu persona doesn't fit what we see. I mean, thankfully, something I think I remember back in the day. I'll be honest, man. Like I'm kind of a bit of a dick on this one, but I'm just gonna go ahead and admit it. He used to have these anime stuff in the wall. I just never could take the guy seriously because of that. I know it's an assumption, but also considering he was lost. Like you could tell, bro was lost. I hear he's doing better now, but I'm not too sure. But we'll see his attitude. Like right now, right off the bat, it seems like when it comes to attitude, he's not doing the best, but at least in life and socially speaking, I think he's doing better, which is good.
Here. So, dudes, it's your boy Tuhu. In case you didn't see this make the rounds on Twitter.
Wait a minute. So we're in speed. Okay.
Tectone lost the court case last week that involved his past sexual allegations he had against.
So Tectone loses court battle, faces a 10-year protective order. The Travis County, country in Texas. Okay, so it was indeed in Texas. I just wanted to confirm real quick. Found sufficient evidence under civil standards for claims of SA, gaslighting, and harassment, ordering Tectone to stay 200 yards away, surrender weapons. You're telling me someone in America can hold guns? Man, that's like this is the equivalent of being neutered if you're from America. What do you mean I can't shoot my guns away? What do you mean I can't shoot my guns, man? What do you mean I can't shoot my problems away? Someone came to my property, I had the right to shoot them in the face. They stay away from my property. Hells yeah, brother. I love America, man. I really do. Unfortunately, I didn't have good spawn RNG. I didn't spawn there. Sadly. But I love America, man. I really do. And pay Pikachu about $50,000 in legal fees. So there it is. Yeah, it's like they was like, look. Pay her legal fees. There's obviously smoke here, but there's no proof for us to just send you to jail, pay her shit, leave her the fuck alone. Can you do that? All right, great. That's it. That's literally what happened. Pikachu described incidents like forced assaults and pressure to take unneeded medication during their relationship. Streamers like Asmongold expressed caution amid fallout, while Miskit... Dude, Miskiff is... I don't know. He's such a weirdo. That's all I can say about him. He's such a weirdo. And I'm not saying he's a bad person because there could be some truth in what he's saying. I don't know yet. But like the way he's going about it is super weird. I don't know how to feel about him now. I'll be honest. I don't know how to feel about him. Posted harsh details. Tectone's agency dropped him. The reason why the agency will drop him is because now he's a brand risk. It's the professional thing to do. It's business. All right, guys? Let's not try to make it more than it is. There's smoke. And for companies... even smoke is enough for them to drop you immediately. People can just allege stuff against you. In the corporate world, they'll drop you like a hot potato because it's business. And he remains silent under the order. Good, good. Like, shut the fuck up. The court said shut the fuck up. But I don't know how, if this is the case, this is true, it's actually bad for us, the audience, because, well, how is Tectone supposed to communicate to us the details of what's going on? Maybe he cannot talk about the details about her, as in what happened explicitly about her, because that's privacy. That makes sense. We'll see. We'll see. This is kind of vague.
Against another streamer and his girlfriend at the time named Pinky Chew. And the reason why I'm bringing it up is because Tectone came after my ass last year when he reacted
Holy shit.
to one of my videos and talking mad shit on me, which resulted in a lot of his dick-sucking fanboys coming after me too and being insufferable pieces of shit in my chat and my video's comment section.
It's your attitude that got you to that, because Tectone went after people before, but none of the chat or like the community went after them. They only go after people with a certain degree of attitude and hostility. See, the problem with Tuhu is that he's too hostile when he doesn't even need to be. Like, you're too hostile. Like, relax. I'm trying to calm my language. All right, I tried to try it a different way. It still sounds bad. Anyway, let's keep it going.
One of my viewers asked me what my beef was exactly with Tectone, and that made me realize that I never made a proper like explanation video or even a response video explaining my side of the conflict.
Okay, we're getting context. Good. For me, I kind of missed an episode or two. Great. This is good. It's gonna catch us up. All right, great.
So besides me giving the internet the Gacha POV of Tectone being an absolute waste of human space, now seems like an awfully good...
What could Tectone have possibly done to deserve this level of insults from you specifically? Like, what did he do to buy your apple? I don't know.
...time for me to set the record straight and, you know, give that trailer trash a good kick in the face while he's down. So
see, this is what I talked about. Yeah, see, when you're down, I remember this happened to me too. When you're down in life, oh man, you're gonna see things. You're going to realize things about people, and that the only thing that was keeping people being somewhat good with you was actually the fact that you weren't down. Go down, things change, man. I know a thing or two about that. I did. I'm heartbroken to this very day, man. When I fell, yeah, it wasn't easy. You know what's funny? What wasn't easy wasn't what I was going through. It's the realization of loved ones, how they can treat you when you're down. People that you confide into and that you trust, and they tell you like we'll be with you all the way and everything. It's like they just turn their back on you. You're discarded. Like you're just it's nothing now. You're a bother. I would say that's more painful than actually going through the ordeal itself. Yeah, because like look at me. Like I went through the ordeal. Like I'm deep in the streets. Like my upbringing prepared me for that. I knew God gave me a challenge that I knew I could beat. I knew that. I was ready. What I wasn't ready for was definitely the heartbreaks that came with it. It made the ordeal 10 times harder. But guess what's funny? Things pass. I'm still dealing with the residue of everything. Probably in 2 or 3 years from now, I'll be totally 100% fine, knowing myself. If not sooner. I'm surprising myself sometimes with the level of strength and mental strength I exhibit. Like I surprise myself, and you'll be surprising yourself too one day, chat. You watching me right now, when life knocks you down and you're going to start getting back up, you're going to realize how powerful you really are. You're going to be shocked. Wait, this is me? Holy, that was me, man. Really? I didn't even imagine for a second I had this much strength, but I did. And you want to know? God made me learn that the hard way, man. God always hinted at it. I never took the hint. God was like, all right, knock him down. You're gonna learn today. So I learned. Don't be like me. Realize that you're powerful before God makes you understand you're powerful His way, because that's God's type of lessons and God's type of funny. You don't want to, God is kind of tricky to deal with, man.
In case you're not familiar with who I am, I'm Tuhu, and I make content on Gacha games. Specifically, I do commentary videos sharing my thoughts about the community meta surrounding Gacha games.
Drama.
That is, things like discussions and everyone's
drama
that's related
there
to
it
the
is.
Gacha sphere, whether it's about the games themselves or other creators in this space.
Yeah, it's like what people call drama. It's typically just topics surrounding the games. Kind of what's most interesting for me personally. It's like you have the social dynamics of the community, kind of the dev practices. You talk about it. You kind of alert people to what could be happening, right? Like it's a good form of discussion, in my opinion. What surrounds the games most of the time is more interesting, socially speaking, than what's happening within the video game itself. But sometimes that is what sparks the conversation in the first place. Like it's a good dynamic. I love the dynamic we have in Gacha when it comes to conversations about the games or the companies, etc., or the community. It's a beautiful thing. I like it. That's why I'm here.
I was first introduced to Tectone through another creator acquaintance of mine named Slice. He and I go way back to a
Ah,
couple
him. I know
videos back
him.
in like 2017, 2018, when Arknight's global server came out in 2020, not Enfield, the first game. Mr.
Oh
Slice
yeah.
met Tectone
He just said like I'm OG. Y'all just playing the Enfield. By the way, I'm starting to enjoy Enfield. A good a video coming soon. Yeah. Hey. Chat saved the game for me. Shouts out to my chat. That's right. Yep. My community saved Arknight's Enjoyer allowed me to enjoy Arknight's Enfield a little bit more. That's right. But more on that later.
through that game and eventually introduced me to him too shortly after I picked up the game myself. Since Tectone seems to be fond of leaking Discord DMs, you'll see what I mean later. Here's a screenshot of our very first messages.
You aren't actually near the level on Arknight's right, or is chat telling me that because if you are, stop that, you need help? Oh, shit, okay. I guess that's a gotcha thing because maybe Tectone was like started the game before him, but two who caught up to him, as in like he's try harding gotcha too hard. So,
We
okay.
didn't talk again for a few years after that. He went his own way and I went
Well, it's
mine
2020.
until around
It's a long time.
2024, if I'm not mistaken. By then,
6 years
I lost my
ago.
job due to
I want you to think about that for a second. 2020 was 6 years ago. Sit down for a minute and let that marinate in your head for a bit.
a layoff back in early 2023, and I still hadn't been able to find a job in the same industry that I worked in before. By
Wait,
that
what?
way, and I went mine until around 2024, if I'm not mistaken. By then, I had lost my job due to a layoff.
Oh man, they took his job. They took a dog. They took his dog. They broke it down. Took it down.
I'm sorry to hear that.
And I still hadn't been able to find a job in the same industry that I worked in before by then. So I was looking to take bigger steps to make a name for myself here in this content creation space for gacha games, like I'm some kind of Asian Gambit. So I tried networking with people, sent around applications to different talent agencies to try my chances, basically. I also reached out to Tectone. I knew that he was part of these big talent orgs like OTK and Mythic. He's by far the biggest gacha streamer, and we still sort of kind of knew each other. I was a part of one of his Gacha Cast podcast shows where he brings on a lot of different
Mugen's PNG at the time was awesome.
PCs at once to talk about gacha games. I also started sending
I miss the Gacha cast. That takes me back. Those were some good old days, man. Those some good old days.
him my own videos for him to react to on his stream, since I knew that he did the whole React Andy style of content. But when things noticeably took a turn for the worse for me during like late 2024, I decided to ask Tectone what my options were if I wanted to like move into a streamer house in Texas, just in case that turned out to be an actual viable option for me that I could take, or I could at least think about taking. It turned out not to be though, so we just left it at that. Jump ahead a couple of months to early 2020.
That's smart. I think what Tuhu's doing here is smart. He's trying to navigate the situation and trying to take advantage of his position and try to navigate accordingly. Like I don't think that's bad. Yeah, I don't think it is.
I decided to start the series called Delusional Gacha Takes, where I make videos calling out retarded takes about gacha games that I see on Twitter on a daily basis, whether they're from the general community or from specific content creators themselves.
Okay.
Tectone got a hold of the third video that I made in the series, at least I think it was the third, and reacted to it on his own stream, and in doing so, he threw my ass under the bus. I gotta emphasize that I don't recall doing or saying anything to antagonize that bald fuck directly, at least not at the time. I was still cool with him up until that point. Even in
What did you say? What did you say?
video itself, I didn't talk about or refer to Tectone directly because the video had nothing to do with him. Actually, now that I think about it, I think what had happened was he wasn't even reacting to my video directly. What he was doing was reacting to another dogshit grifting YouTuber named Itoma, who reacted to my videos, so it was kind of like a reacception on his part. Also, I call
Okay.
myself the god of gacha in that
What did you do? Like what made Athoma? So if Athoma made a video about you, means you must have really went off the rail because that's what Athoma does. Maybe that was enough of a reason to clown on you. I mean, all's game. Yeah, if you're gonna go after people, expect them to go after you when you say a dumb take as well. All is fair. And you know what they say? If you go after someone, you have to be ready for them to go after you too.
Also, I call
Okay.
myself the god of gacha in that video,
Uh-huh.
and he took offense to that, I'm pretty sure. If you're not familiar with me as a gacha CC,
Why would he take offense to that?
the reason why I call myself the god of gacha
Oh, because what, he's supposed to be the god of gacha, but he's not the god. No one wants to be the god of gacha. It's like that's a title that doesn't really give you social points. Maybe it gives you social points in certain Reddit subreddits, but like no one really cares. Typically, it's like if you're playing all these gacha games, like what do you do with your free time? Like that's a lot of gacha games. I can barely hang all three, man. I'll be honest.
Is because I have the most amount of gacha experience out of any gacha creator out here in the Western Hemisphere. I made 19 gachas at the time of this.
19 gacha games, and the first thing you see is a bunch of half-naked women. Okay, great. I think that speaks more volume about you as a dude more than you as a gamer. Just saying, because all I see right now on the screen is a bunch of half-naked girls. So,
As in I keep
anyway.
up with and do all the content for all 19 of those.
Also, those are the gacha checklists. So FGO, that's dead, by the way, right? My bad, my bad. I thought that was like the other gacha that died. Azure Lane, Arc Knights, Blue Archive, Genshin, Nikkei, Star Rail, Aether Gazer, Snowbreak, Wuwa, ZZZ, Girl Frontline 2, I think. Oh, so what's FGO stand for anyway? Exidra, Brown Dust 2, Uma Musume, Do It Not Abyss. Well, Do It Not Abyss is not a gacha. Joke's on you. Well, -1, so I guess they're 18. And now Arcanized Enfield. Okay, tough luck.
Games on top of having a side gig of doing food delivery for 5 to 7 hours a day, 6 days out of the week, while
It's good.
also streaming and making videos and other content on gacha games.
It's not as impressive as you make it sound. It is. It's good. You're a productive member of society. It's good. You're doing a main gig that is consistently going to provide you with a source of income as you do the side gig, which is CCing, which is what a lot of people do, which is the best strategy to tackle CCing. But other than that, like the first part of oh, you made 19 gachas as you do this, that's not like a efficient way of using your time. It's good that you can entertain yourself this much, but it's not a flex to us. Like if you were to go, for example, I go to the gym and then I help the this community center around me. We help homeless people, right? And then I do food delivery, and then I go back home and I stream, multi-stream as I play my gachas, stuff like that. Okay, that's somewhat better. Yeah, that's better. I'd say that's pretty damn good. But anyway, that's
And
whatever.
I've been playing these games for the past 8.5 years. I ask people to show me someone who's more knowledgeable about gachas than me, and so far, no one has done so.
Because no one wants to do so. We don't care. Like we're just having fun. Like these games are ultimately to have fun with, and we don't need 19 of them to have fun with them. And I don't even have time for 19 of them. Like I barely handle 3. Like right now it's just 2. And I'm not even sure I played my. No, I played my Woo dailies yesterday. Yeah, and I'm getting tired of that too, by the way, because like there's a whole new game for me. Like why would I keep doing dailies in one when there's a whole new game for me that I can just explore and have fun with? Like maybe I'll just wait for 3.0. So I don't know, man. Like I don't know what you want us to say. It's like maybe we don't care as much as you do, and that's fine. Maybe you're more passionate tn us, and that's fine. Like what's the problem? It doesn't make you better than us. It's just good for you. You get to have more fun when it comes to this, but that's it. That's it. Like we all have our degrees of how much we pour our hearts and passion into something. That's it. Maybe I think the thing is not you don't like gacha. I think you just like a bunch of half-naked women, anime half-naked women on your screen, and understandable.
Other gacha creators out there who've been playing gacha games for longer than I have, or they're more mechanically skilled at them than I am, and I respect them in those ways wherever it's appropriate. But make no mistake, when it comes to knowing how gacha games work as an overall genre, and when it comes to educating people, or at least wanting to educate people about what they're like and how to approach them like correctly, because I know for a damn fact that a lot of people out there, both those who actually play gachas themselves and those who don't, definitely don't know how, I am your guy. But to be
Like a genius to navigate gachas. One thing I learned the hard way is a lot of people are very smart in the gacha space. They are. I know it's very hard to believe because you typically hear about people portraying the gacha community as like these toxic dum dums, but the reality is there's just a vocal minority that people have allowed to have so much importance and be the front line of the image of the gacha community. But the reality is, a lot of people are pretty damn smart about going how they go about the gacha, like whatever. Like people are not dumb, is what I've learned. Like gacha, specifically gacha players, are not inherently dumb. That's what I learned. Don't know. So it's not what I'm trying to say is they're not as lost as you think they are.
be fair, maybe Tectone was starting to get annoyed with my Discord messages, and so he figured now would be a perfect time to cut me off. But if that were the case, then I'd have to ask why he didn't take the time to tell me straight up over Discord and tell me something like, "Hey, dude, like, I can't help you with stuff right now," or
It's kind of rude. Like, how do you say that to someone? It's kind of harsh, especially like you're down. How do I tell you that? It's very hard.
I don't want to, like nothing personal, maybe go ask somebody else. Again, I was still cool with him up until he roasted me over that video, and so when I found out about it kind of took me by surprise. Whatever the case, I think calling myself the god of Gacha must have bruised this tiny little ego a fair bit. It's easy for me to imagine that he has a massive superiority complex because he knows he's like the biggest Western Gacha CC, he loves to throw his weight around, digitally anyway, and because that's just the kind of narcissist he is.
And he is. He's a self-admitted narcissist. That's kind of funny too.
He's even tried calling himself the Gacha Jesus not too long afterwards, too. I guess I didn't need to worry about moving to Texas after all, since I got
The reason why he's known as Gacha Jesus because he breaks up fights. You know, it's like, let's live in peace, guys.
to live rent-free in his lobotomized piece of shit he calls a brain.
And that's kind of what Tectone stands for me personally. Like that's what he stands for. It's like he's like, yo, guys, can we just have fun and just play these games the way they're intended to be played? If there's something to complain about, what's gonna make the product better, let's do it. All right, let's make these games better and let's allow us to have more fun when it comes to these games. And let's not be stupid. All right, don't be stupid. I don't know about you, but I think that's creating a good, healthy space for the community. That's just me, though. That's what I've seen.
At least for a little bit. But like I said, this took me by surprise, and so I reacted to Tectone's reaction of my video. Again, another reactception. And Tectone escalated it by leaking our Discord DMs. If you don't follow my content regularly, but you're vaguely familiar with people calling me stuff like the god of beggars or the god of unemployment, this is where that comes from. To address this negative IQ slander real quick, I wouldn't call what I said to Tectone through our DMs begging. The worst that you can call it, and I'd still agree with it, would be that I asked him for favors. Namely, this part where I asked him if it's cool for him to raid my channel.
Before I read this, because I kind of got stone locked because of the DMs here. If you piss someone off, they can transform you asking them for something into begging. Because like it's all about context and how it's framed. Yeah, if someone's angry at you, they can easily make something seem like you were begging them. Strategically speaking, what you were doing, I think, was correct. Like, yeah, you're trying to network, you're trying to use what you have in hand and use the advantages you have to better navigate the bad situation you're in. I understand that. I do. I've been there before. But I think the reason why you were deemed as a beggar because of the anger that you have triggered to the side that you asked. I think that's what happened. And yeah, when people are pissed, yeah, they tend to do that. Like, sorry to report. Let me read this real quick. Are you down to drop me a raid at some point for the next week or so, whenever you're able? I'm asking since streaming hasn't been working out for me so far, and I'm planning to go back to finding a normie job in January and put streaming on the side while I get situated. So I want to see if a raid from you is what I need to keep streaming Dream alive. And no, it's not. It's not enough. There's just you not even understanding the very environment you want to succeed in. That's not how things work. And I didn't need like a huge CC to raid me or anything for me to understand that. It's very easy. Like you look at patterns, you see other CCs getting rated and everything, you start to understand things. Ultimately, nothing is going to help your streams better than your own content on different platforms like YouTube videos, TikTok shorts, all that good stuff. That's going to help your streams. Or like you being popular, for example, on Twitter, etc. Like you break out. Like you're just this popular thing. Other than that, streams are typically hard to grow and raids don't go as far as you think they will. Like they might even, for example, a Tectone raid would net you like probably 40 to maybe even to 100 viewers. You could get like 100 new consistent viewers maybe. What's that gonna do for you? Even Tectone himself doesn't get much subs off his chat. So yeah, it's very hard. Like Oilers aren't really around when it comes to the Tectone community. It's like it's not gonna solve the problem you currently have. I have been legally advised to not raid anyone for the foreseeable future. Holy shit! So this was yeah, there it is. It was around the end of 2024.
But every time he declined,
I guess this was happening.
I was like, all right, that's cool. And I didn't ask him for the same shit again. So now let's compare that to Tectone begging someone to buy bots for him so he can viewbot his own Twitch channel.
I remember seeing this back around the end of 2024, and I remember my reaction to that was, oh, look, another huge streamer that bots. Okay. I guess it's what happens when you reach a certain level of popularity. If you can't beat them, join them. Because I think he went after botters, but then he was like, oh, you know what? Maybe I'm fighting a losing battle. I'm fighting against the environment I'm in. You know what? Let me just do what they do. It is what it is. You can beat them, join them. Which, morally speaking, is wrong. Strategically speaking, makes total sense.
Hey, at least I had a reason to ask him for stuff. Why the fuck does someone like Tectone feel the need to view bot when he was already the biggest gacha streamer on that site?
Because he doesn't care about remaining the best gacha streamer. He wants to branch out, which he did, which is what you do. Yeah, because CCing is about trying different things. And here's the thing, whether we want to believe it or not, as much as I love gacha, I also want to do different things as I do gacha. I don't want to just limit myself to one thing. It's like telling me I need to keep eating the same food every day. No, I don't want to do that. It's good and fun for some time, but at some point, I want to try different things. I want to talk about different things. Because here's what. You ready for this? Life has different areas. There's different areas to life. It's not one thing. So yeah. It's that simple.
He's called gacha companies like Hoyoverse greedy. How fucking ironic. As for the whole god of unemployment thing, I recall Tectone falsely claiming that I've been unemployed for the entire 8.5 years that I've been playing gacha, and that's how I've been able to play that many. You might say, well, he wasn't being serious about it, but even if he weren't, his dogshit fanboys certainly were.
He's going after like some minority, which even he can't control. So here's the thing with CCs with a large audience. They can't really control everything. They communicate to the normal individuals that are going to understand exactly how it's supposed to be understood. Others just use that as a reason to go after someone because they themselves are feeling miserable and they just need to feel validated to attack someone, to feel better about themselves. It's not really about the creator that they come from. It's more about they themselves as people. It's like you're missing the mark here.
Either way, I already said before that I was originally laid off from my first job that I had.
For example, I currently had like Mr. Pokey Defenders and Saint Tontas haters come to my channel, right? I don't blame neither CC for that because I know that that's not in their control. They can't control that. It's just a bunch of people that like, finally, I can attack them because I feel like I'm in the right because of this and that. The CC didn't send them. I know they didn't, but yeah.
Since 2016, mind you, back in early 2023. So that's just Tectone being a fucking propagandist trying to set the narrative as usual. Actually, speaking of being a god of unemployment, Mythic dropped Tectone from their org as soon as Mizkif leaked that Baldi lost his court case last week.
Business is business, and I think I got this from a good place. Tectone could literally retire tomorrow and he'll be just fine. He never reached that low ever again. He lived in his car before. He's never going back to that again unless something crazy happens, which I hope it doesn't. So you stay safe out there.
And remember that Tectone still banned off Twitch for a whole ass year.
What are you talking about? Like we're throwing misinformation now? To who? I need you to calm the fuck down.
I don't think Tectone's some, like, rich bastard himself. Allegedly, he had to borrow $300K from Mizkif to buy a house when he first moved down to Texas from Canada.
Yeah, there's... I guess we're gonna have to call this video misinformation. We're just throwing misinformation now. This was when he joined OTK. When he joined OTK, which was the start of his career, like this was him starting to break out. He had to buy a house to finally be able to join OTK in Austin, Texas, and he needed help from Mizkif. That's what happened. This was years ago. It's over. Like Tectone is not there anymore. Like it's like saying, oh, Goku is just a Super Saiyan. No, he's a Super Saiyan God now. Like the limit to him was a Super Saiyan 1. It's long gone. Like he's way beyond that now. He's in a whole different league. He can go Ultra Instinct now. What are you talking about? Are you still stuck to that one chapter in the past and you still gonna power scale Goku off that one particular chapter forever? No, that's not how things work. You look at the now. Now Goku can go Ultra Instinct, and guess what? Good old Baldi here is doing fine financially. Didn't he just buy a house where he moved with his fiance or whatever? It's like I didn't keep up too much with what's happening in his personal life, but he's doing great. Like what are you talking about? Like you're just making up information as you go, trying to shit down on, like you kind of want to punch down on him and throw back the punches he threw at you, but you're doing it so miserably and you're trying to use misinformation to excuse you throwing this at the guy. Like it's so weird. No, Tech doesn't have those problems. You did. Tech managed to throw them and use them as insults against you. The fact that you're down can be used as an insult against you. Welcome to society. It is what it is. We have an Arabic saying that goes, قَبَحَ اللَّهُ الْفَقْرَ, which translates to, God made being poor very harsh. That's basically what it means. Yeah, God made it so. It kind of comes with the territory. I don't know what the fuck you try to do here, but that's a huge L.
Back when he first joined OTK. And I assume that's the exact same house that he said he was going to sell last year. Lawyer fees ain't cheap, that's for goddamn sure, and especially when you have 4 or 5 of them. I've also heard that he's a high school dropout, and at one point he got evicted from his apartment back when he was still living in Canada because he was spending so much money on gacha games. Though
yeah, everybody makes mistakes. Yeah, that happened, I think.
How true those stories are, I don't know. But it'd be fucking funny if they were. So I think right now
it doesn't matter because the end result right now is Tectone is doing well for himself. Like I don't know what picture you're trying to paint here, but it's just an L. You just seem stupid right now.
Very good time to say this, but hey Tectone, how's it feel to be the god of lost court cases, buddy? Don't be shy. I'm sure your dad's real proud of you right now. Also, how did your protective order just magically show up on your Discord when no one's supposed to see it but you, the defendant, and all the lawyers involved?
Tectone violated his 10-year protective order against his victim in under 48 hours. Tectone, on a burner, leaked a non-public filing you can't access without a direct link to his Discord. The burner never posted prior in 5+ years and uses the same language Tectone does. Wooden Badger. So Wooden Badger, I guess, is Tectone. So like we're just alleging things now? We're just making up things as we go? Proof? Is there like some way I can tangibly know it is him? This doesn't make any sense. Proof? You can't prove this from what I've seen so far, so I don't know. It's just throwing stuff around now, I guess. Okay, great.
Kind of sus. All right, let me finish my side of the story about Tectone. Not much more to cover here anyway. Because the god of sexual allegations reacted to a few of my videos the way he did, for about a month afterwards, I had to deal with some of his viewers, not all of them, just some of them, hate watching.
Thank God he knows.
Dislike bombing all my videos. The reason why I still put up with them for that whole month anyway is because, at least normally, I don't like banning people, because I think straight up banning people from my stream is usually too harsh of a punishment, and I usually only reserve bans for chatters who I think absolutely deserve it.
You ban people that you see there's no point in talking to. That's who you ban. Other than that, I kind of use it as it's a workout to me. I'll be honest with you. I just will seem kind of weird, but bad chatters to me is like a workout because I work out on my tolerance and I work on how I navigate conversations that I know are annoying. It's kind of why I just don't instantly ban. For some people, you just kind of want to I'll be honest, it's kind of why I have mods. Mods ban. My mods don't give a fuck. They'll be like, yeah, Gramps, shut the fuck up. I'm gonna ban his ass. You don't know better, Grandpa. Sit your little ass down. This guy's gone. I'll be like, all right. That's how it goes for me, man.
Thankfully, most of the time, I don't have to. Another reason why is because I try to give everyone a fair chance. I've had viewers before who don't agree with everything that I say. Hell, I've gotten to my own fair share of arguments with viewers who disagree with me on quite a few things that I have to say about gacha games. Unfortunately, what that month taught me was that there is no point in trying to explain my perspective on things to them, as in Tectone's viewers.
Maybe because your perspective on things is wrong. Because look at you right now. Your perspective is you think you guys are now on the same equal ground when clearly you're not. You're trying to throw the same insults he threw at you at him now, but you're wrong. Maybe that's why.
They were there because they liked seeing their favorite streamer, Tectone, talk mad shit on other people, and they wanted to do it too.
A lot of people are like that. They're not exclusive to one community, which is the Tectone community. Every big CC, the more you're popular, you're gonna have people like that. Some people on the internet require the fact to put others down to feel better about themselves. This is in every space, beyond gacha games, beyond video games, everything. In everything, it is what it is. It's welcome to human society.
They were just there because they are socially stunted children whose logic still operates off the whole "my dad can beat your dad" debate that belongs in a schoolyard somewhere. Hey, I would wager
Fair
that.
enough.
So after that month of putting up with Tectone's fanboys, I came to the conclusion that the only good internet rat is a dead one. So now I have an open season policy in my stream where if someone shows up to my stream and it's obvious that they're just here to shill for Baldi or some other dog shit rat creator, then I just ban them on the spot.
Your house, your rules.
Like one of those
Yep.
videos where they exterminate rats on a farm with an air rifle or something, and then just move on, because I know that they're just a waste of my time and a nuisance to the stream. The god of abusing girlfriends, apparently, only reacted to a few of my videos before moving on, probably because I'm too small of a creator to milk for too long for content. That and he was
No, I think it's because it's over. Like, what else is there to say? Like, it was a clear-cut case at the time. Like, a clear-cut, shut case at the time. Like, it's over.
my guess is that he was going to try to become like the next Asmongold, since
To who's narcissist his damn self. I'm noticing a lot of hints of narcissism in him. I could be wrong here. Don't think I am.
they're both, or used to be, part of the same org, and they know each other IRL, I'm pretty sure. And in turn, I didn't have any reason to talk to Baldi anymore. The last Discord message that I sent to him was another React video about Mr. Pokey,
You got another video for you. It's very long though, so I don't know if you have the time. Okay.
who, funnily enough, from what I understand, suffered the exact same thing that I did, in that he went from being a friend of Tectone's to getting his ass thrown under the bus too.
But it's Mr. Pokey who threw Tectone under the bus. A lot of the community that Mr. Pokey has harbored were Tectone haters. And all he said was moderate your chat because your chat is insane. They're alleging things that are very, very disturbing. Just calm them the fuck down. We'd appreciate that. And I'll be honest, even as a viewer, it's like, yeah, I don't want to see that shit. I'm just trying to watch a random guy play video games. That's all that happened. So if anything, Mr. Pokey ignored Tectone. He wasn't being a true friend to Tectone. This is why Mr. Pokey has been pushed to the side by a lot of people. He's now known as a rage-baiting, unfaithful friend, mostly opportunistic. That's kind of what he showed. And there's more stuff that are about to come out about Mr. Pokey, which show kind of like how he is really. So Yeah.
Looking back, though, I think that even if Tectone never cut me off, I probably still would be making this kind of video today regardless. Even in like the weeks and months leading up to his initial cutoff, I was starting to see that Tectone was a grifting piece of shit. Because here in the gacha space, he was the primary driver of a slander movement against the company that develops the biggest gacha game in the world called Genshin Impact. You may
I feel like the term grifting is being thrown around a little too loosely. I guess the term kind of still fits, but it's not in the negative light it's people are trying to portray it as. If I have the opportunity to break out of a niche and move to another niche, who's gonna propulse me into greater heights and be better for my career and for my life, it's me taking advantage of an opportunity. But grifting, I feel like, is a term that should be thrown at someone who doesn't stand for anything as they are grifting to that thing. Like, he doesn't stand for it necessarily. And here's the thing, guys, whether you want to believe it or not, someone could have an opinion about video games and have an opinion about politics and have an opinion about relationships and have an opinion on different things. Water, for example. Shocking, right? We can have different opinions about different things. If someone wants to talk about this one thing now, it's not necessarily them grifting, they're just doing what humans do. The Tectone is not that clearly. So therefore, the word grifter isn't necessarily that. And I've even in Gacha and other stuff, like I've seen the term grifter being thrown a lot, which doesn't make any sense to me.
heard of it, and they're called
The way it's used in those particular situations, in those particular people, doesn't make much sense to me personally.
Hoyoverse, or MiHoYo in China. While Tectone initially became a popular creator here in the gacha sphere off of Arknights, he, like many other gacha creators that you hear about these days, was able to capitalize off of the Genshin craze 5 years ago.
Yeah, the Genshin buff was really something. I feel like that's when I discovered Tectone too. The staff of Homa. We all discovered, a lot of people discovered Tectone then. Yeah, by the way, that happened again. But not a Tectone.
You'll find plenty of Genshin content on his YouTube channel if you go back far enough. But when Wuthering Waves, another big production Chinese gacha,
Oh man, I remember Eula Banner. That was so cool. I missed them days.
out in 2024, it brought with it, through no fault of its own, mind you, a huge surge of anti-Hoyo sentiment among its players, because a lot of them were ex-Genshin players who became
Wait, why is he not moving anymore?
surge of anti-Hoyo sentiment among its players, because a lot of them were ex-Genshin players who became disillusioned with that game since they felt like those devs weren't doing enough to satisfy their demands about the game over the years.
Fair enough, yeah, and they didn't. True.
Let me stress that I don't think Tectone started this movement in the first place. Like, he couldn't have. This was a whole thing before he joined in.
Yeah.
But he certainly took advantage of it, being the drama grifter that he is, in case all the React Andy content he's done doesn't make that obvious enough to you.
Could it be that maybe he agreed, and it's not necessarily grifting? Maybe he agreed. Maybe he also, since he sunk all this money and all this time and all this effort into the game, he was like, yeah, geez, guys, this is not it. I agree with you guys. You're right. Maybe it was that. And it was the case for a lot of us. This is what I'm saying, like when it comes to the term grifting being thrown around. Makes sense.
He jumped in to help spearhead the movement and turn it into a full-blown slander campaign against Hoyoverse and their games for his own benefit. As a quick side note, apparently MiHoYo either never accepted Tectone into their creator program, or they kicked him from it or something like that. I'm not aware of the full story.
Yeah, because Hoyo hates criticism on their game. They just want you to keep painting this. Whatever we throw, whatever shit we put is the best shit ever. Yeah. I don't even want to work with them anyway.
Story here, but the point is that Tectone has personal motives, I'm pretty sure, to smear Hoyo. And
no, they're disingenuous. Like it's fake. Like what they want people to throw fake information about the games and for people to be dishonest about what they really feel about the game. It doesn't make much sense. Like it's stupid. It's disingenuous and it lies to the audience. I don't think that's good.
Game, the devs behind Wuthering Waves, or WUWA for short, were cool with sponsoring him instead.
Because Kuro has proven that they don't mind criticism towards their games, even in their contracts. That's right. You can criticize us. If we fucked up, please say we fucked up. Be honest. All we want is you have an audience. We want you to just a little bit of publicity. It's kind of like an ad. I want you to be honest though. Don't lie. Hoyo doesn't do that. There's a difference.
This means that Tectone is responsible for a huge portion of the rampant tribalism that you see between a lot of WUWA players.
All of a sudden, it's all Tectone now. We're just retards. We couldn't put two and two together our damn selves from our own experiences. Dude, I couldn't keep up with Genshin the moment Honkai Star Rail came out. The moment I could just find another gacha that I can have fun with, that's it. I was playing Genshin and Honkai Star Rail and I realized something. When I log into Honkai Star Rail, I'm having fun. When I'm logging into Genshin Impact, it's like, ugh, I gotta do this shit. Oh, wait a minute. I can just drop Genshin. All right, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. That's it. That's what happened. I didn't need a bald man to tell me that. No, it was my own experience that made me realize that.
I do think that even if he never grifted gacha content or bent over sideways for Wuwa, we'd still see a fair amount of tribalism anyway, since the whole anti-Hoyo sentiment, like I said before, was a thing before the game even came out. But I argue that Tectone has made it far worse than it had any right to be. And
Sure. Guess he's a popular creator. He has a certain weight when it comes to his takes and his opinions about something. Sure, whatever. You sure?
not only has he influenced many of his own viewers like this, but he's also cultivated his own little like ring of smaller creators who I refer to as
That's Saint Shinya. Nice pose, Shinya. It's Amethyst, it's Sophie, it's Tech. Don't know who's the guy behind Saint Tontas.
rats, as I've said before, with the way they all behave too. Ring of smaller creators who I refer to as rats, as I've
Hey, that's what I call Saint Tontas, Tectone, Pharos. I don't know who Pharos is. Glaive-Kyo, Aethoma, Captain Cabinet. Who else did I forget? What did they do? Seriously, what did they do just for you to call them rats? I'm confused. Like I said, maybe I missed an episode when it comes to the rest of the gang. I know that he has a problem with Tectone, sure, but the rest of the gang, I have no idea. Or maybe they're just getting AoE attacked. Maybe that's just some AoE. Like he hates Tectone, so anything near Tectone, whether it's community or creators that are somewhat friends with Tectone or friends with Tectone, whatever the form it takes, or they're just acquaintances, anything close to Tectone, fuck it. Rats. Okay. It's just AoE. Sorry, guys. Saint, Cap, Glaive. Hey, sorry, y'all. AoE. You got AoE because you're close attack. Whoops.
basically little Tectone minions who take after him and his method of grifting drama content here in the gacha space for lazy, effortless.
You mean like you? Because you just said that at the start of the video. So not only are you throwing misinformation, you're also a hypocrite. Why are you hating on people so much, man? Relax. Seriously, relax. Just be happy for them and just do your thing too. You're doing good for yourself. They're doing good for themselves. Everybody's eating good. Why do you hate them so much? Especially if your problem is just Tectone himself. Like, what did they do to you? That's so weird.
For many of them, their content is just straight VOD rips where they react to something on stream and then regurgitate it onto their YouTube channels later, or some derivative of them.
Well, that's smart. Things go full circle. That's good. That's how you promote your streams. By the way, you don't need a raid from a big CC to promote your streams. You do that instead. You should try doing some of that.
Trashing something they don't like here in the gacha space, usually with the context of Wuwa good and everything else bad.
That's not the case. Even Saint Tontas himself, the #1 Kuro guard dog, looked at some stuff Kuro did and was like, yeah, this is dog water.
They all don't even play gacha games seriously outside of Wuwa, and I have my doubts if they even keep up with Wuwa themselves. The cum stains that I call the rat creators still carry on his dogshit legacy of brainlessly supporting Wuthering Waves and even more mindlessly brigading any other gacha.
But aren't CCs literally all taking a stand against, for example, the spending event and stuff like that? Maybe CCs are seeing the good in what Kuro does, and they didn't do much bad at the time, but when finally bad occurred, they was like, no, hey, look, Kuro, we don't know what you're doing, but you need to stop this immediately. This is stupid. So maybe they're not these mindless drones that just go, oh, Kuro, everything good. Have you sat down and looked around? Like, you're just throwing misinformation after misinformation, just trying to paint this picture that you have in your head, that I know you believe in your head, but that's not entirely true. You're blinded by resentment, jealousy, and rage. Bro, just step back and think.
Think! It ain't illegal yet. But they working on it.
And clearly, I think it's working.
Gacha game out there that they don't like for literally whatever reason they feel like. Thank God Baldy ain't playing Arknights Enfield right now. He got his ass tossed out of the original Arknights community 5 years ago for a very good fucking reason. It's precisely because of all this grifting in the gacha space that's been going on for the past year or two that makes me say that I'd still be making...
Since I've explained grifting, I'm pretty sure everybody that understood what I was trying to say and that the word is being used poorly here, I can't help but roll my eyes every time he says it now. It's like, it's so... whatever.
Making this video right now, even if Tectone never decided to cut me off. My main motivation to be a gacha creator, like I said before, is to help educate people on these sorts of games, because even after the past 5 years of the gacha genre being mainstream out here in the West, there are still not enough people, in my opinion, who truly understand it correctly. Players keep asking dumb things about gacha games and then play gacha games in dumb ways and then whine about how those games are so unfair.
He's talking about the silent majority. That's who he's talking about.
Fair and stupid when they themselves, in reality, weren't approaching them correctly. That on its own is sort of understandable because, a lot of people don't know how gacha games work, like I said. But the problem that I see is that I see very few other content creators, if any at all, like trying to actively teach the community about these kinds of games as a whole.
The problem with that is that for a lot of the time, these types of players have already dropped the games. They're not even looking at videos or anything at all. Even if you make videos for them, they're probably not going to see them because they've already moved on. So like what we have and the type of audience we have currently on YouTube is people that still play the games. They may be confused about a thing or two, but they're navigating. They understand this. They might need more clarity. It's like how to play this character, or when the company made this move. What does this mean for us? This type of stuff. Like they've have the basics down. That's the silent majority we have. Like that's what we have. That's the category. But the bigger silent majority, your classic gamer outside of the gacha space, because don't forget the gacha space is a subsection of the gamer space. In the gamer space, in the surface world of the gamer space, a lot of people have some misinformation towards gacha games. But you want to know what those guys are not doing? They're not watching videos about gacha games, because the moment they see anything related to gacha, they just go, yeah, no, we're just not going to do that. And you know what? You say that's what you do. Let's look you up. Let me see what you do. Do you make videos towards those people, for those people? Let's see. Toboro is almost a fraud. Some CC. You're farming some CC. Why Starro has to change their 4.0? That doesn't really help the overall narrative of gacha in its entirety. It's just about Starro. EOS is a new buzzword in gacha. Okay. They thought about Blue Archive drama. Okay, so you're taking advantage of a drama. So it's literally just you trying to elevate yourself off others. You're not doing what you just said you did, or at least you're not doing it recently. So maybe focus more on that. But the reason why you're not focusing more on that is because it doesn't net you the results you would want to have through you making content. Why? Because your target audience isn't necessarily there. They don't even want to look at it. So you do what everybody else is doing, but then you try to put yourself in this higher pedestal. Seriously, if you just remove your own disdain towards yourself for your lack of success currently, I think you're doing good, by the way. I don't know why you're trying mad hard. I think you're doing fine. Like, you just keep growing organically, and one day you'll do it. You'll reach it. Maybe not in gacha. Maybe you'll pivot to something else yourself one day. You'll break out and do something else. Who knows? Just back up. Forgive yourself for maybe not reaching the results you currently want. Be grateful. Be happy for others. Be grateful for the hand you dealt. Be less jealous. Be less resentful. Focus more on yourself. Work better on yourself. Before you realize it, sky's the limit, man. I think you're just not doing yourself much favors here.
Very few other creators out there, at least in the Western Hemisphere, even have a fraction of the sheer amount of experience, gacha experience, as I do. Because in a situation like this, where people don't know how to approach a genre, content creators are usually there, or at least they're supposed to be there, to help guide newcomers and show them the ropes. But the gacha space is unique in the sense that, unlike most other genres that we're familiar with as gamers, it's only recently become popular, as in like the gacha genre. It simply hasn't had enough time for people to develop like a basic understanding of what they are, the same way that, people usually know what a first-person shooter is, or like what a MOBA is.
No, the problem with gacha is the negative light it's been thrown at it. That is being thrown at it. Like there's a light that is so bad that's being cast on the gacha scene. I've heard this multiple times. Hey, what game do you play? Oh, I play Wuthering Waves. Isn't that a gacha game? Yeah, it is. Ugh. Seriously? You play gacha games? Ugh, I can't play oh my god. I can't believe you actually play a gacha game. Looks like it's this preconceived notion of what a gacha game is. This ruining the gacha for your classic gamer. It's like for this type of audience you claim you're trying to reach, which if we look at your channel for the past month, you didn't make much content for that type of audience. So yeah, that's kind of the real problem with gacha. The problem is the bad narrative that surrounds it in your surface level, like I said earlier, in the gaming sphere.
To be fair, people are getting more used to gacha games, and
Yes, this is a consequence of microtransactions being normalized in normal mainstream games, which resemble gacha. But the problem with gacha is that they give you the resources for free, therefore creating a habit where since you've already spent, like, why not just add a little bit more money, which you would have done in, there's a bit of sunk cost fallacy. It's like you can get the item if you just put like $5 more, and that's kind of how they get you.
I think there's still a lot that people need to learn, and my goal is to use my experience with gacha games to help teach anyone who's willing to listen. Because despite all the stigma and the bad rep that gacha games have out there, I still want to help people who want to try them out to enjoy them. So
then go back to doing that. Why are you attacking people that you're jealous of? Why are you just focusing on that? Go to do that. Keep doing that. I know I, for one, would appreciate you doing that. Keep working on that. But the reason why you're not doing that is because it's not netting you the results you want. When you make a big claim like this, you have to stand for it.
These so-called content
boy.
creators are a cancer to the gacha space. They are grifters just like Tectone who thinly disguise themselves as gacha CCs, but mainly, oftentimes only, care to make dog shit content where it's just them talking mad shit on a game that they don't like for like half an hour on their streams, rip it from their stream VODs, and regurgitate it onto their YouTube channels and call it a day.
You're not doing much different yourself. Don't throw rocks from a glass house.
They are the Siths to our Jedi, the Tacit Discords to our Resonators. And unfortunately for the rest of us, we gotta deal with the shit that they leave behind everywhere in this space. So
Like him, by the way. For all the Tuhu viewers, like him too. He's with us. In case you thought otherwise.
actual WUA players are getting fed up with them too.
The slop god, paid chill. As a WoW player, can we just draw and quarter this guy in the town square or something? Fuck this guy, even as a WoW player myself. I need this dude to be deplatformed. He's an embarrassment to any gacha community. He wishes WoW would pay him. No one wants someone like him as a rep. Who are they talking about here?
Are getting fed up with them too. Even if you don't see why you ought to care.
Some people are getting fed up. Others, which is a lot, are not.
Like, hey, they're just gacha games, bruh. They're not that serious. Maybe to you they're not, but might I remind you that Tectone was trying to grift his way into politics both on his YouTube channel and on Twitter, which is kind of funny to think about now that we have this little gem.
Lawyer replied, we've been in deposition for over 7-9 months, I think, and you only spent 15 minutes searching for tweets. Section also responds, and I quote, yes, he defended his rants by saying, when a content creator in our space gets the excuses, they have to pivot content to stay relevant. Then he brought up Hasanabe saying, like, when he shocked his dog. Here's the thing with Tectone, I feel like he was always like more of a personality channel. Like we talk about topics. I'll be honest, my favorite Tectone videos was when he talks about like real life, like real stuff. It's kind of where I really started following the guy. I'll be honest, like I don't give that much fucks about his Genshin takes, and the Bennett HP build was good. I'll give him that. Besides that, like I didn't really give a fuck. Yeah, like I think after Homa, I got the Bennett build and that's it. But then he started making more personality content, and that's when I was like, you know what? I really like this guy. Yeah. So like, yeah, being a gacha gamer doesn't necessarily make you a loser. Look at that. This guy's pretty centered. He's pretty good. Like it's about Tectone, not about the gacha games necessarily for a lot of people. And he used that to go to new, greater, higher heights. Didn't Mujin do the same thing? Hex Juice, Kazahana. Like we have a lot of gacha CCs. Like this is not unique to Tectone.
So if the god of rats tried doing this, then you know damn well that his vermin offspring will likely do the same if one day they think that grifting gacha content is no longer working out for them. If that happens, then they'll try to invade other spaces to grift content in too, just like how they invaded gacha games to begin with, like the tourists they are. For example, Saint Tondas apparently came from League of Legends. And who knows, maybe the next community they invade could be yours.
Wow, okay. So if we go about what you said, it's like you paint the picture of everybody's like in this one community. If you go like yours, like what community? Like only gacha players are watching you. What are you talking about? Like some random? If this video caught like some random, okay, I guess, sure. I guess that's the only take I can make of it. Or maybe, just maybe, people are in different communities. Is that what you're trying to say? I'm trying to understand this guy, but I'm kind of having a hard time. Because his logic is so emotional and not in tuned with facts and what we see and what we know and what we have. It's so weird.
Many other gacha CCs out there have experienced firsthand what it's like to be on the wrong end of his horrible superiority complex, like Mr. Pokey, Genazod, Hexjuice, Atsu, Enviosity, Dish,
What?
Zajef, and a lot of others I'm sure that I don't even know about. To be transparent about this, there are quite a few gacha CCs who may not be as bad as like the rats per se, but whose content I don't like anyway for various reasons, or they themselves turned out to be grifters
You must hate your content then. You must hate your own videos then. Okay.
too, but that doesn't take away from the fact that Tectone is the god of being a fucking dick, and evidently has all.
Well, he's literally known as Dick Tone, so I guess that stands true. Sure. I mean, he embraces it too. It's like whatever, and it can be funny sometimes. Sometimes it's like, jeez, calm the fuck down, bro. And sometimes it's like, holy shit, that's so funny. That's it.
I want people to enjoy gacha games, like I said, and that includes making good content on them too. So you might be able to guess this, but I have a very big fucking problem with people coming in with videos and streams that's nothing but them screaming their dicks or their pussies off, whichever they got, about
I kind of want to insult you, but that would be lowering myself to your level. This guy's trying really hard, isn't he? He is. Okay.
how when Hoyo does a spending event in their gacha games, it's like the biggest catastrophe against the genre imaginable. But when Kuro Game does it for Wuthering Waves, somehow that's totally fine.
He's trying so hard. He didn't show St. Tontas because even St. Tontas was like, okay, this is doo-doo. He showed the lazy one. All right, here we go. This is the video, right? It's right here. If we go and click on this video, it is literally dislike bombed to hell. I think it's 60% dislike, 40% likes. This is like more negative than positive, which says a lot. Even the community disagreed with him. I don't know what picture you're trying to paint. Even CC's looked at that. I know my damn self looked at that video and went, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Yeah, I reacted to this shit. The streets are not encouraging this. We're not with this. This is a huge L take. This is undefendable, whatever, how it's pronounced. No. He's using like these poor examples that even the community disagree with. Just to like, oh, CC's bad. CC's bad.
I should be the only motherfucker getting praise.
Relax. Just people. Other people are going to be as successful as you're successful. You're not the only one driving a car. And this is like Chuhu is literally of the type. It's like Dio from JoJo. Cars are good, but only I should have a car because I'm Dio, and y'all are just these worms that shouldn't even be in my way. When I drive, the streets should be only for me. Only I get to drive a car. Walk, peasants. Oh, you know what? I'll run you over. Get the fuck out of my face because I'm the only thing that matters. Like the level of narcissism this guy exhibits is beyond impressive. It's beyond impressive. I hope you guys starting to see what I see. I really hope you do.
Pushing agendas and narratives, grifting, and spreading negativity like this to this extent is not what I call good content. And if you've got at least
That's your perspective. Have you sat down and thought for a minute that other people have their own perspective? Does this make me bad? What's the problem? I enjoy what I enjoy and you enjoy what you enjoy. What's the problem? Can we take a step back and think for a minute? What the fuck are you trying to say? What are we talking about? Relax. For fuck's sake, relax.
when it comes to Tectone, if he wants to try to pivot to grifting right-wing political content or whatever his dumb shit plans are moving forward, then hey, that's fine by me. Because at that point, at least he is.
I think Tectone is not like fully right wing. I'm not from America, sadly. Wish my Spawn RG made me spawn here in America. And yes, I will keep saying this line every time I mention America. And I will say America like this. Hells yeah. I think he's like in the middle, leaning slightly towards the right. And the problem with being in the middle is like it depends on where we are as a society. Considering if things get crazy, if they lean too much right, people that are in the middle will lean it slightly to the left because okay, we're going a little too far now, guys. Let's bring it here back for a minute. And so it goes. Like right now, they're leaned too left. They're trying to lean it right. And Tectone is like it's like this is the right, this is the left. Like he's like here, a little bit to the right. Like that's it. I think a lot of people are in America. I do. I think. From what I've seen in politics, yeah, it makes total sense why people are like in that particular stance. Things are unbalanced right now. There needs to be some patches. It makes sense. For me personally, it makes sense.
No longer grifting gacha content instead. I even said so in a video that I made last year called Take a Stand, where I called upon the gacha community as a whole to stand up against rats like Tectone and the others, and I still stand by that to this day.
So you called for people that share similar viewpoints as you to go after people you just don't like, that you disagree with their tastes in their own community. They enjoy pizza. No, you don't eat pizzas. Pizzas are the devil's food. Eat burgers. Do you stop for a minute and think as you keep going down this rabbit hole?
While I would love for that pathetic excuse of a human being to get canceled so hard that he never shows his face on the internet again, I'm well aware that that kind of scenario is pretty unrealistic.
Then why the hell are you trying to say? This is not going to happen because obviously we don't have enough proof and it's not over yet, but it's a chance for me to dunk on him. It's a chance for me to vent. It's a chance for me to... I have all this rage and resentment. Instead of me just washing it away and just find my inner peace and become a better person, just working on myself and just keep moving forward, just keep it moving. No, I gotta let him have it. He said these things about me about when video games. Fuck. Okay.
I expect him to come crawling back to being a content creator eventually, since the last thing his abusive hands want to touch is an employment application from the nearest Burger King, because retards like him have never worked a real job a single day in their lives.
I think he's working a job right now. Yeah, he has a job right now. Because Tectone himself, and I quote, "I have a job, guys. I have a job. And I think CC should always have this as a side gig, have a job, because here's the thing. If you just rely on CC, you're just going to find yourself in a very bad spot when things aren't working out for you. Like, it's always good to use this as a side gig because it can be a side gig. So it's smart. Oh, by the way, which it is. He said that word for word. Like, it's, again, misinformation.
Who knows, maybe he can beg Asmongold for money and viewbots once he gets unbanned, just like how he begged Mizkif to loan him money for his house that he had to sell anyway to pay for his 5 fucking lawyers or however many he had in his
sold his house because he was moving to a new house. He didn't need to pay his lawyers that much. But I know he's a millionaire. Like how much, I don't know, but at least there's more than 1 million. He's fine. I don't know what you're trying to say here, but Anyway,
recent court case. But as long as Tectone doesn't touch Gacha games ever again, I won't feel the need to put his ass on blast like this again, too. So
oh boy.
here's to you, John Tectone Robertson.
Did bro seriously think he just cooked? Wow.
Last video that I ever have to make about your extra chromosome having bald ass. But hey, feel free to prove me wrong. In the meantime, I pray that the last person you ever abuse is yourself. Now go fuck yourself.
You heard of nail clippers? It's disgusting. Sure.
Thanks for watching.
Anyway, keep
Like
it
and
going.
subscribe if you enjoyed the content or if you just hate Tectone. And share this video with as many Gacha players as
It's not about the topic. No, if you hate the person. If you hate the person, it's not about the proof, the facts, everything. No. If you share the same sentiment of hatred because you just happen to hate the guy, share this and yes. Okay.
you can out there. Anything we can do to help the Gacha space heal after his dog shit content is greatly appreciated.
I think the gacha space is doing fine. I think once you understand it, which I think I did, that's it. Like it's easy to navigate. You just figure it out and you proceed accordingly. I think the gacha space is good. So I guess as long as hatred is there, facts, common sense be damned, it doesn't matter. We're just gonna make stuff up and try to hit someone as they're down. It's kind of the main takeaway of this video from what I've seen. And now I see why people have a problem with you. Now I do. Now I get it. I didn't get it before, but now I do. Yeah, well. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And yeah, I guess we'll see how this will go from the future. But for now, again, I invite you to let's wait. Let's be smart. All right. Let's not be too emotional. Let's be smart. So wait and see. We're not clout goblins. We're not drama goblins or anything. We're normal people observing a situation and looking at it rationally with logic and navigating it accordingly. Because that's what we do. Because we're grown-ups. We're adults, guys. All right. And if you're not an adult yet, get some XP. Farm some XP. That's good. It's going to help you a lot. So yeah. Like, comment, subscribe, and be seeing you.